Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff, aka GCurse here. Welcome to another episode of Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries. Today, the case is of Jon Yount. Back in 1966, I think it was. I may be wrong about that day, but the rest I'm pretty sure of. 18-year-old Pamela Sue Rimer was walking home after school when Jon Yount offered her a ride. The girl smartly said no. However, Jon Yount, he could not take no for an answer. That he could not. And what did he do after being told no, basically go fuck off, that the girl can walk home? He murdered the girl. So you have a piece of shit who likes to murder, a teenager basically because she told him no. You have that, and then you add in a fucking idiot named Diane Brodbeck. Yes, I call her a fucking idiot. Now, you're wondering, well, who is this Diane Brodbeck? Basically, she was a moron that decided to start writing Jon Yount letters while he was serving a life term in prison. And the moron basically fell in love with the convict. I'm pretty sure you can tell where this is going, ladies and gentlemen. What makes this even worse, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that Diane Brodbeck, whatever her fucking last name is, was already married. Yeah, that's right, you heard me correctly. So not only was this woman fucking stupid for having compassion for a person who killed somebody, she helped him get out of prison, or escape prison basically, and she was married. To top it off, if I remember correctly, there's been a couple cases where stupid people helped people that they love escape prison. I think this is the case where Diane's husband, I think he was actually in law enforcement. I think he actually worked at the prison itself. I may be wrong about that. Do not quote me on that. But yeah, so I honestly do not have any compassion for killers. To me, killers stopped being human when they feed upon, well, I don't want to say feed because that makes them sound like they're cannibals. There are cannibalistic killers, but they lose their humanity when they start preying upon their fellow man, woman, and child. Now, I'm not going to go above the record and say that, I think that taking a life is acceptable if it's needed. Like a cop is coming to a house and he sees a man literally choking the woman, his wife, to death. Shoot the man. Shoot the guy. There is some acceptable circumstances when lethal force should be permitted. Just simply killing a girl because she told you no, that's not one of those circumstances. So I honestly feel that, in my opinion, this whole idea of needing to show compassion for the criminals that are in prison, no, they do not need compassion. They are there for a motherfucking reason. They did not win the bonus round on Wheel of Fortune. They did not win an all-exclusive paid trip to prison. No, they are in prison because of the fact that they did some heinous shit. We owe them nothing. They're fucking lucky to be getting 3 hots and a cot. But anyway, so basically, as I kind of already ran down, an idiot helped a killer escape prison. Now, I hope that you, as you're watching this, I hope that you feel the same way that I do, that killers do not deserve compassion. Maybe I'm just an outlier. Maybe it's wrong that I think that killers should be in fucking prison, serving their paying off their debt that could actually never be paid because they took a fucking life. Anyway, When we get back to the case with the case viewing, we will hear everything that went on and you can form your opinion. Stay tuned and I'll be right back after these commercials from the 1970s.
Some people say luxury is more important than gas mileage, while others say gas mileage is more important than luxury.
American Motors says with Concord DL, you can have luxury and good gas mileage because Concord gets the best gas mileage of any 1979 American compact.
No gas, just directions.
And Concord is loaded with luxury extras like a landau roof, individual reclining seats, and more at no extra cost. AMC Concord, luxury and the best gas mileage of any 1979 American compact.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. This is the portion of the show where we do the case viewing. Basically, if you are new to this series, which I hope that you're not, if you are new, go back, watch some of the earlier cases that I've covered. That way you'll get caught up, about what this series is all about. Anyway, in this series, I have my trusty secretary. Her name is Jasmine. She is over there. Yeah, there we go. See, I'm pointing the right way. I keep wanting to do it like that, but no, it's like this. It's like that. Okay. Anyway, she is going to read to us the case of Jon Yount. Hold on one second. Let me do that. Then I'll do this. There we go. And basically, I will pause it every now and then. I use the onboard reader for it to read the program, but anyway, or read the transcript or whatever you want to fucking call it. But anyway, I'm going to start reading this and I'll give you my thoughts about what Jasmine says every now and then. So basically, this piece of shit's real name, like I really give a flying fuck, he killed somebody. Why the fuck are we still even acknowledging this person? He should lose his name. He shouldn't even be known as John Evans Yount anymore. He should be known as a killer. The Killer, or John Evans Yount, the Killer, or the Killer, also known as Jon Evans Yount. But just to let, oh god, I'm going into a rant. I'm going into a rant, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going into a rant. I'm not going to lie. I'm going into a rant. Anyway, this piece of shit's name was Jon Evans Yount. No known aliases. He is wanted for murder and escape. He was missing since April 5th, 1986. Okay, Jasmine, I'm going to have you read this portion. And yes, I'm talking to a drawing like right here. I'm talking to a drawing as if she's like a real fucking person. I think I'm going psychotic. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, let's continue on. So let's start here. I'm going to select this. Let's go to here. Now, viewer beware. Basically, the app sometimes, or the program messes up sometimes. So, yeah. I try to work through it, though. Okay, Jasmine, do your magic.
48-year-old former teacher Jon Yount is wanted for escaping from Rockview Prison in Benner Township, Pennsylvania. He was serving a life sentence for the brutal murder of one of his students, 18-year-old Pamela Sue Rimer, when he escaped on Saturday, April 5th, 1986.
Okay, so the piece of shit killed this girl, and then he had the audacity to escape prison with the help of a fucking stupid bitch. Basically, her name was Diane Brodbeck, but we're gonna hear about that pretty quickly. So let's go down here. Come on.
On the same day, 43-year-old housewife Diane Brodbeck of Wellsville, Pennsylvania, also disappeared. At the exact time he escaped, she was seen just 1/2 mile from the prison, driving along the same country road where he vanished.
Anybody with half a fucking brain knows that, that she was basically the reason that he did it. You can try to say, oh, no, it could have just been a coincidence. Oh, no, she did it. She fucking did it. I don't believe in fucking coincidences. Stuff happens or it doesn't happen.
A month later, her car was found abandoned in a motel parking lot 30 minutes from her home. The police found her overnight bag in the trunk.
I'm sorry. I'm just not a fan. I don't understand the need for society to show compassion to criminals. I just do not understand it, ladies and gentlemen. They do heinous shit. The fact that we pat their backs, we write them little letters, it just fucking blows my mind, you know. And the thing is, these criminals, they prey upon these fucking idiots. They prey upon these idiots. They prey upon them.
Investigator William Madden is not sure if Diane is still alive. He hopes and believes she is. He thinks she is with Jon. Neither Diane nor Jon have been seen since the day they vanished. The authorities believe she may have been his accomplice, and her family is mystified as to why this apparently respectable and happily married woman would have vanished without a word. Was she kidnapped by a desperate prisoner? Or was she a willing accomplice who helped a convicted murderer escape?
It does. Oh my god. How was she kidnapped by? He was in fucking prison. Yes, I understand that. If I remember correctly, I think this is the case where he had where he could leave the prison to do like jobs on the property or something like that. That he didn't have supervision, and that's how she picked him up. But the fact is that even if they were planning this out in the prison during their visitation, she should have been fucking smart. He's a fucking prisoner. He's a fucking prisoner. And also, the whole happily married woman. Apparently, if she's going off to be with a criminal that she helped escape from prison, she must have not been that fucking happy. Okay. My God. Fucking people, I swear.
Diane's mother, Nadine Warner, does not believe Diane deliberately helped Jon escape.
Ah!
Her husband, Chester Brodbeck, however, believes she did. He is not sure if she did it because she was under pressure from Jon or if there was another reason. He believes Jon may have threatened her. However, he does not know for sure what happened. Chester and Diane had 2 daughters and had just celebrated their silver, 25th, wedding anniversary. She led a busy life. She had worked as a bank manager, avidly pursued an interest in psychology, and, as one of her many community activities, wrote letters to prisoners who had no family or friend.
Oh, boo-hoo! Boo-hoo! Those fucking prisoners, they had no family or friends. They're lonely. They're in fucking prison! They're in fucking prison! Oh, God. People are getting so fucking weak. Oh, my God. He killed somebody. Brutally. Murder isn't a painless experience, ladies and gentlemen. You are literally removing life from a body. It's not a fucking peaceful experience. He could be lonely. He didn't have friends or family, and he's in prison. We need to write him a letter. We need to pat his back. The guy's a fucking criminal. Where's your fucking backbone at? And all this other shit, you know, she worked as a bank manager. She pursued interest in psychology. You know, I don't give a flying fuck. She's as bad as he is. She knowingly helped a killer escape prison. I do not feel bad for her at all. In fact, she should be sharing a cell in B block along with him. I swear to fucking God, love gets used as an excuse too fucking often. Okay, let's continue on.
In 1966, John was a popular advanced mathematics teacher at Du Bois Area High School in Du Bois, Pennsylvania. On April 28th, he offered Pamela a ride as she was walking home from school along a country road. She never made it to her house. Later that afternoon, her school books were discovered beside the road. In the nearby woods, searchers found her body. She had been beaten with a wrench, raped, and her throat had been.
The program cut off. It's supposed to have been her throat had been cut. Her throat had been cut. But he's lonely and he has no friends, ladies and gentlemen. Let's send him letters and tell him that he's loved. What the fuck is wrong with you? No, seriously, if you were one of the people that is of the mindset, well, they're criminals, they need to be treated with humanity and respect, we gotta show them that they're loved. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm wondering if a killer brutally raped and murdered your sister, your mother, your brother, or your father, or whatever, and their throat had been gashed open and they were beat to death with a wrench. Would you still be like, well, he raped little Jimmy? Yeah, let's write him letters to tell him how much we appreciate him. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? I swear humanity is going soft.
UT. The next day, John confessed to Pamela's murder. He claimed that he killed her after she misconstrued a comment he made as a sexual advance and threatened to go to the police about it. However, her mother, LaVon Rimer, believes that he targeted her and killed her when she refused his advances. Pamela told LaVon that he had repeatedly driven past their house in the days prior. She had also asked to be removed from his class. He was later convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in PR.
It should have been life in prison, but the program doesn't always recognize the last word. He openly admitted that he killed the girl. It doesn't fucking matter what the reasoning is. Well, I said something. I wanted to put my pee-pee in her, and she basically said no. I didn't mean to actually make it sound like I wanted to have sexual intercourse with her. Where's that fucking wrench at? No, the piece of shit raped an 18-year-old girl. He raped her. There is no defense for that. He even openly admitted to it when the police got a hold of him. Sorry, I don't feel bad about the guy at all. I do not feel bad about him at all. The only thing I feel bad is that he got sentenced to life. He should have been fucking put to death, but then again, our country is going so fucking soft, we're getting rid of the death penalty because we have to show the rapists and the killers that we're above we're above them. And by being above them, that means we can't really punish them. So we put them in prison where the taxpayers have to pay for their food, pay for the housing above the roof above their head, pay for their beds that they sleep in. We have to pay for that because we got to show that we're better than them and we don't execute anymore. What a fucking joke. Like I said, if somebody brutally raped and murdered your mother, your father, your children, whatever, I'm pretty sure that you would have I would hope you would have a different view of the person. This just pisses me off because the fact is, it wasn't even a case of possibly, him being a killer. He admitted to it. And not only did he admit to it, she had to have known. She had to have done some sort of research into the piece of shit before she started writing letters to him. It isn't just like, this wasn't back when they had the internet. This was back a long time ago, before the internet. She probably had to get a list of people. Oh, Jon Yount, I'm wondering what he did. Did he steal a car? Did he steal hubcaps? Did he deal cocaine? Wait, he raped and murdered somebody. He raped and murdered an 18-year-old. He raped and murdered an 18-year-old after he was apparently stalking her. Oh, let's start writing him letters. He can't be that bad. Duh. Fucking stupid people. Fucking stupid people, ladies and gentlemen. This world is filled with fucking stupid people.
Son, 16 years later, in 1983, Jon began writing to Diane. In one letter, he wrote, "Hi, my precious lady. I wanted you to be close to me so much today. I hope my enjoyment and adoration of you is an incentive to be the best you can. You're a classy lady. I miss you and love."
He loves he loves Diane Brodbeck. Clearly, he's totally refined, or is that the right word I'm thinking of? He clearly has changed his act. He's no longer a killer. He no longer has a taste for blood, the metaphorical taste of blood, unless he could have been a vampire. I don't fucking know. But he changed his ways. He loves people now. He's no longer a violent killer. Oh, what, Jeff? You're messed up because you think that somebody should be paying the price for murder? Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. He clearly loves Diane Brodbeck. Okay, we gotta give him a pass. Okay, one death, and then it doesn't fucking work like that. It doesn't fucking work like that. It doesn't fucking. Oh, Jesus Christ. Next.
Diane had met Jon through a friend of hers who had been visiting him. The friend could no longer do it, so they asked Diane. Diane had been corresponding with prisoners in other states, and she thought that writing to Jon would be like a continuation of what she had been doing. She felt that it would be a fulfilling thing to do. According to her sister, Faye Snyder, she was always thinking of other people and was a people pea.
People pea. Oh, I love this program. She was a people pea. A people person is basically what it said. I don't fucking give a shit what her reasoning is. If I ran this country, this whole idea of writing letters to prisoners, fuck no. That shit would stop. I would shut that shit down right away. Well, Jeff, they need to have contact with the outside world. They need to be shown that people still care for them. No, they don't fucking need to be shown that people care for them. Where was their compassion for their victims? Where was Jon Yount's compassion for Pamela Sue Rimer when he brutalized her? No, they are criminals. Do not let that fool you. They are criminals. They are not worthy or deserving of compassion.
Her son. After 20 years behind bars, Jon had become a model prisoner. He played organ for the choir, mastered computer programming, and taught in the prison school. Prison Superintendent Joseph Mazurkiewicz recalls that the other prisoners liked Jon. He had a good manner in terms of getting involved with people. Mazurkiewicz describes him as a persuasive and strong-willed person. Mazurkiewicz believes he could persuade almost anybody, given the right opportunity and time. According to Mazurkiewicz, he has a lot of skills that allow him to manipulate.
Basically manipulate people is what is said. But he's a model prisoner, ladies and gentlemen. He would never think about manipulating the system. He played the organ, ladies and gentlemen. Clearly, a person who plays the organ can never be considered a bad person. I mean, he's in prison for no reason. He's an innocent person. He played the organ. He was a model prisoner. Other prisoners liked him. God, golly gee whiz, other killers and rapists like another killer and rapist. Who would have fucking thought that? Who would have fucking thought that?
People. Diane began visiting Jon at the local prison and continued to see him even when he was transferred to Rockview Prison in Benner Township, over 2 hours away, in September 1985. According to Correctional Officer Walter Regel, she came to see Jon every week. She never missed a week. He believed that she was Jon's girlfriend. Their visits were not casual. When they would first see each other, they would embrace and kiss. They would do the same when
she left. Clearly, she was a happily married wife, ladies and gentlemen. Clearly, she was just taken advantage of by Jon. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. I'm not going to continue saying it because it's the same thing I've been saying already. Criminal, bad. The only thing I would fucking change, also, no more fucking visitations for criminals. No, you are in prison to pay off your debt that can never really be paid. You should not have visitations. You should not have fucking letters. You're fucking lucky to be getting food. If this is my country, they would have bread and water. Bread, water, no bed, hard concrete floor. In my opinion, prison should be a place to fucking break the criminals. If a criminal acts out of line, hey, where's my fucking bed? You don't get a fucking bed. I want a bed or else. Oh, really? Okay, well, here's a fucking nightclub to the back of your head. Get back in your cell. Prison is not meant to be a fucking hotel. It should be breaking people, and that's what we fucking have stepped away from in today's society. We have to see everybody as a fucking person. They stopped being a person when they killed innocent people.
he left. Diane fell in love with Jon. Faye had no idea that they were romantically involved. It appeared to her that they were simply good friends. Diane never told her that they were romantically involved. Diane talked to Chester about Jon often. Chester knew that she had written to and visited Jon. However, he did not know anything else about their relationship. Jon tried repeatedly to appeal his
conviction, it says. How much of a fucking pushover was this lady's husband, Chester? That motherfucker isn't getting a pass either from me. Hey, honey, how you doing? Oh, I'm fine. I drove 2 miles to see this killer. I stuck my tongue in his mouth. And her husband, I'm pretty sure she didn't say that. But I'm pretty sure that if she did, her husband would be the type of person that's like, hey, that's nice, honey. Keep it up. How the fuck does a husband, know that his wife travels 2 hours a week, I think they were saying, to go see a killer? You can see that there was an evolution here. It went from writing letters to driving. I think it was in the beginning, wasn't it like less than an hour or something? And then he moved, and then she started driving 2 hours, And then they started having personal visitations, not just professional, but personal. You could actually see an elevation here. Oh yeah, she's clearly a happily married wife. What the fuck, people? What the fuck? Okay, let's see here. Okay, here we go. Let's go all the way down here. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Conviction. He claimed that he should have been charged with second-degree murder, which carried a shorter sentence. Meanwhile, Pamela Rimer's mother, LaVon, led a campaign to keep him in prison. Finally, in 1985, the United States Supreme Court denied his request for a retrial. In February 1985, he wrote Diane again, "Be my Valentine, love. Forever, you are my heart. I hope more than anything that this is the last Valentine's Day that we will
spend apart." Aw, isn't that cute? The killer wants to spend Valentine's Day with the mentally incompetent bitch that helped him escape. Oh, that's fucking cute. And by the way, the killer thinks he should have got second degree. What was it? Let's see here. He thinks that he should have been charged with second degree murder. I killed her. I bashed her head in with a. Oh God! I bashed her head in with a wrench, and I sexually assaulted this lady. But Judge, can I please have second degree murder, please? No, you motherfucker! You're going to get life. But I'm really a nice guy. I play the organ. What the fuck, ladies and gentlemen? What the fuck? Oh, God, I wish I had that kind of ego to literally murder people and then say that I deserve a lighter sentence. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't even a case of somebody who could have killed Pamela Sue Rimer, and that was just picked up off the side of the road like Rambo was in First Blood. No, this is actually a guy who confessed that he bludgeoned her with a wrench, raped her, and slit her throat. Second degree sentence, ladies and gentlemen. Second degree.
End apart. On April 5th, 1986, Jon escaped. His excellent behavior had earned him the right to work unsupervised outside the prison fence. That day, he was supposed to cut hay on a farm 1 mile from the prison. At 1 p.m., a labor foreman dropped him off there. The foreman told him specifically what he was supposed to do. The foreman then took the other men to their particular areas and made his rounds. That was the last time Jon was.
That's the last time Jon was seen. Can anybody see the fucking problem here? Oh God, I think I'm about to have a fucking stroke, ladies and gentlemen. A brutal rapist who killed somebody. Good convict. Unsupervised work detail a mile away from the. Oh my God, I'm losing my fucking mind. Ah! And we're not even halfway through this fucking case yet. How can we be so fucking stupid as a society? That's another thing I'd fucking get rid of. No fucking off-site work detail. No, nothing like that. But this isn't my country, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't my country. If I was to suggest anything about this work detail, if you're going to have him be a fucking mile away from the prison, maybe you would want to have 2 or 3 guards on him at all times with a shotgun pointed at him. I'm just kidding. I'm just saying. Yeah, hey, John. Today you're going to be going a mile off reservation to go cut some hay. By the way, these 3 evil-looking motherfuckers next to me with the shotguns, they're going to be your escort. And if you try anything like, I don't know, like, say, escape, they're going to shoot you in the fucking kneecap. But we gotta pat them on the head. Oh, right. We gotta pat them on the head. We gotta rub their belly. We gotta tell them, oh, you're a good little boy. You're a good little boy. Oh my God, I cannot believe this fucking country. Holy shit. I cannot believe this fucking shit, ladies and gentlemen.
Ever seen. Around that same time, Officer Regal was driving over Richel Hill near the prison, headed for a bowling alley. As he was driving, he passed a car driven by Diane. He wondered what she was doing on that road, which was close to where John was working. That was the last time she was ever seen. 3 hours later, it was discovered that John
was missing. So he had at least a 3-hour head start, ladies and gentlemen. Clearly, he's a nice guy. We gotta give him rubbies. We gotta give him belly pat, 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 pat. Oh my God. Why?
was missing. The next day, state troopers went to the Brodbeck home and questioned Chester about Diane's relationship with John. They told him that John had escaped and that they believed she had helped. At the time, he did not believe that. He thought that she had gone to Williamsburg, Virginia. However, when she did not return the next day, he changed his mind. The police discovered that Diane had a secret bank account. She had withdrawn $7,500 from it in the weeks before us.
Before she disappeared, basically. Before she disappeared. This guy is such... Chester, oh my fucking God, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Here's the way I can actually imagine it happening, ladies and gentlemen. The day that she's going to help him escape, he's probably sitting in his chair watching Donahue with a beer or with a soda. Hey, honey, what are you doing? She's like walking behind him. She has like 4 big suitcases, like 2 in one in each hand, like some under her arms, and she's like, "Oh, nothing. I'm just gonna go to the Goodwill, honey. Isn't it your clothing, honey? Yeah. I'm gonna go take these to the laundromat. I'm gonna go get these washed." And he's like, "Oh, okay, honey, thanks." What the? Happily married wife, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God.
He disappeared. They also discovered that 2 weeks before her disappearance, she had placed a car in a self-storage facility. And they discovered that there was telephone contact between her and John. The night before the escape, there was a 14-minute conversation between them. At that point, the police decided to file charges against her for assisting him.
For assisting him in the escape. Even if he was somehow threatening her, she did not have to go through with this, ladies and gentlemen. She could have literally gone to the police and basically said, "Hey, I'm a dipshit who likes to write criminals letters in prison. Apparently I have no backbone, and I think that criminals need their little bellies rubbed. This criminal, he's actually threatening me." She could have literally done everything possible to make sure that he didn't escape, but she didn't. I feel no fucking remorse for her. She needs to be in prison for life also. And her husband, oh my God, he's either the most unaware schmuck out there, Or he's just a fucking idiot, you know. I love how everybody is just like, you know, she would never do it. It's like they're all as fucking stupid as her husband is, basically.
In his escape, Diane's family does not believe that she intentionally helped Jon escape. Faye notes that Diane was a moral person with a strong code of ethics. On May 7th, 1986, 1 month after the escape, Diane's car was found abandoned at a motel in Swatara Township, just 20 miles from her home. A bag containing her jewelry, cosmetics, and over a dozen pairs of underwear was FO.
A dozen pair of underwear were found in the trunk. Why just the underwear? Apparently, Jon likes it when they go free, I guess, if you know what I mean. Yeah, but anyway. Apparently, she had strong morals, ladies and gentlemen. She had a strong code of ethics. Apparently, none of those morals or ethics basically told her, you know, may not want to be talking to fucking killers. If I had a wife and she's like, hey, Jeff, and I'm like, yeah. And she's like, you know what? I think it'd be best and fulfilling if I actually started talking and sending letters and meeting up with killers in prison. I would look at her and go, are you out of your fucking mind? But then again, like I said, I may be the mentally deficient one, ladies and gentlemen. I may be the only one left in this world that looks at a criminal and go, yeah, bad guy. You may not want to interact with that person. My God. Shit like this makes my head hurt, ladies and gentlemen.
ND in the trunk. One theory about this case is that Jon merely used Diane as an instrument of his escape. By that point in time, it was clear to him that he was not getting out of the prison system. He had a woman on the outside who could do things for him. According to the theory, after she helped him escape, he killed her, took her money, and fled the area. The other theory is that they really loved each other. Investigator Madden believes they are T.
That they are together somewhere. No, what it basically was is that, I've always had the belief that criminals, they will, basically do anything possible to get out of prison. If they think that they can manipulate a helpless schmuck into writing them letters, you know, and they'll do it. That's what criminals do. They are a cowardly bunch. They want to do the crimes while not paying for the consequences, you know. Okay, let's go this. We're going to do a little bit longer one this time.
Gather somewhere. Chester is upset that Diane ran off with Jon. They had been married for 25 years, and he thought they were fairly good ones. He notes that she did not just leave him, but her whole family as well. He does not think she is alive. He believes that if she were alive, she would have contacted someone in her family at some point. However, Nadine believes she is still alive and hopes she will come home. Investigator Madden notes that Jon flew off the handle when he murdered Pamela. He fears that Jon will do that again. He feels that Diane should be scared for her life and will not be safe until she is away from Jon. There was one reported sighting of Jon in State College, Pennsylvania, in April 1987, but the authorities are still searching.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Ugh. I seem to be besides me, it seems like Investigator Madden is the only other one with a fucking iota of intelligence here. That he thinks that since the dipshit flew off the handle before, that he could do it again. Yeah, the guy killed before. It isn't like he's not going to possibly not do it again, you know. Killers, rapists, drug addicts do not reform. They cannot. Pedophiles cannot be reformed. It's just it's impossible. Once you have fucked up like that, you are beyond being reformed. Well, Jeff, drug addicts can go and get help, and they can go and get help, but the fact is, the temptation's always fucking there. It's just like it is with murderers. Once you take a life, it's all that temptation is always going to be there. Let's get down to the extra notes. So, extra notes. This case first aired on the May 18, 1988 special number 7 episode. It was updated on the October 12th, 1988 episode. It was later reprofiled on the Dennis Farina hosted series on the July 29th, 2009 episode. It was submitted to the show by Pennsylvania State Police. Okay, now this is what I was talking about, that there is actually a few of these type of cases where people help prisoners escape. So here's what it is. Other cases of inmates escaping with the help of their loved ones includes Edgar Kearns, Richard Cepolonis, Michael Short, and Michael Wayne Brown. And by the way, throughout this entire series, I will be covering those cases. It may be a while, but anyway. Okay, looks like we have actually a rather long. Let's see here. Let's do this. Let's go here and then there.
Results captured. Don and Cassie Humphreys of Boise, Idaho, watched the broadcast and recognized Diane as a former coworker, Mary Catherine Kathy Kerman. When they saw her picture, they immediately recognized her face. When the show mentioned that she was a bank manager from Massachusetts and John had a background in computers, it matched up with what they knew about Kathy and her partner, James Marvin Jim Forsgren. They had lived in Boise since mid-1986. Donna and Cassie called the FBI, who began a month-long investigation into Kathy and Jim. They discovered the couple was using fake social security numbers. They confirmed Diane's identity after receiving photographs of her from Pennsylvania authorities. By then, she and John had moved out of the area. FBI agents traced them to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, after a car registered under her alias was involved in an accident. FBI agents used driver's license records to find their new home.
So it isn't even like that she's being literally, physically held hostage, like she could never be by herself. Apparently she was off doing other things, so clearly she knows what she was doing. Yeah.
On June 15, 1988, Diane and John were arrested at their rented basement apartment in a suburb of Coeur d'Alene. He had changed his appearance by wearing contacts, growing a beard, and not perming his hair. On June 23rd, they were extradited back to Pennsylvania, where Diane was reunited with her family. She was charged with 2 felony counts, including criminal conspiracy to escape. In December, she pleaded guilty to the conspiracy charges. In February 1989, she was sentenced to 2 years in prison. She served her time and has been released.
Only 2 years. A dipshit helps a piece of shit escape prison, and she only gets 2 years. She should have been given fucking life. Jeff, that's too extreme. She only helped him escape. And we need to show potential criminals that there is no fucking light sentence. If you help somebody escape, you should be punished to the fullest extent.
Jon was returned to prison to serve the remainder of his life sentence. In October 1988, he pleaded guilty to escape charges. He was given a 3 to 7 year sentence, which was added to his life sentence. On April 26, 2012, he committed suicide in his prison cell. He was 74. Sadly, Levon passed away in 2.
Okay, so sadly, Levon passed away in 2010. That's what it meant to say. And to which I say him committing suicide in his prison cell should have been a lot sooner, to be honest. He took the chicken shits way out. He had a lucky, and then he decided, oh, this punishment that I should have been given second degree. I feel literally nothing about him committing suicide. You know who I do feel sorry for? I feel sorry for Pamela Sue Rimer. And if you are one of the type of people that's actually like, well, he committed suicide, we should feel bad about him. No. What the fuck is wrong with you? No, I'm seriously asking, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because he was a killer. He does not deserve your compassion. You know who deserves your compassion? You know who deserves your compassion? Pamela deserves your compassion. Okay, so the only thing we have left is Pamela Sue Rimer at Find a Grave, but I already have that page loaded up, so here we go. If you are unknown to this website, basically this is a website that you can actually find information about some people that have been on Unsolved Mysteries, and once in a while they'll actually show where their final resting place is. I like to do it as a way of showing some respect to the dearly departed, because sometimes people like victims like Pamela Sue are not recognized that much, So, Pamela Sue Rimer, she was born March 27th, 1948. Oh my God. Just if she was alive today, she'd only be a few years away from her 80th birthday. Can you believe that? Poor lady. She never even had a fucking chance to be an adult. She was born in Dubois, or however you want to pronounce it, Clearfield County, Pennsylvania, USA. Her date of death was, my God, she was almost 19 years old, less than one. Oh, never mind. Sorry, I misread it. I thought it said, April 20 or March 20 something. My bad. Okay, so she passed away April 28th, 1966. She was 18 years of age. The location of death was Luthersburg, Clearfield County, Pennsylvania, USA. She was buried at Lake Lawn Memorial Park and Mausoleum, Winslow Township, Jefferson County, Pennsylvania, USA. And we have a couple of photos. So here, let's take a look at the photos. So I'm guessing this was either a newspaper article or like a yearbook photo. And then we have her final resting place. Where she is laid to rest. I can't really read what it says. Or I can't tell what the second word is. I'm sorry, I can't. But it has her name, Pamela Sue Rimer, March 27th, 1948 to April 28th, 1966. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so that is it. I want to say thank you to Jasmine for hanging out with us, and when I return, here, let's do this, and then when I return, it will be with the final thoughts of this episode of Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries. Stay tuned, and I will be right back.
Hey, where you going?
Going to eat.
I see. Pizza, huh?
Nope.
Burgers?
Nah, getting good Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Why Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Tell him, Dad.
Because the Colonel uses only fresh grade A chicken.
Yeah, we're eating out, but we're eating right.
But what do the kids say?
All right!
Come on.
It's so nice to feel so good about a meal, so good about Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. We are now at the part of the show where I do my final thoughts. Basically, it is where I give you my, basically, like I said, it's my final thoughts. And this is a case that really just upset me because of the fact is that we are a society that now feels the need to coddle criminals. It used to not be like that. If you were a criminal, you were fucking treated like a criminal. But nowadays, this mentality of we have to be better than the criminals has proliferated throughout almost all aspects of society. And the thing is, do you think those criminals really give a shit about you? They don't. They don't. And that's the way that Jon Yount treated the dumb bitch that was with him. He saw her as mainly a way to get free. Criminals will manipulate. That's all they're good at. But yeah, so thankfully he committed suicide. I wish it was a lot sooner. That way it would not have been a drain on, society. Because what a lot of people fail to realize is, yeah, they're in prison, but you don't think that they're getting everything for free. Their food comes at the taxpayers' cost to the taxpayers. It comes from me, it comes from you, it comes from your gimpy dad, And I just do not like that idea. I think that if you take a life, you forfeit your life. But that's why I'm never going to be elected president, because I'm too hardcore, I guess you could say. But anyway, so that is my final thoughts. I'm glad that he's gone. The bitch should be lectured to the end of time, But what can we really do, Next week, I don't want to say next week, but the next episode of Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries is a special case that I always kind of think about. I present to you the case of, hold on, I had it all set up and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Hold on, there you go. I present to you the case of Larry Ives and Don Henry. Basically, these two boys were found dead on some train tracks, and sadly, to this day, an answer has not really been found. And I feel bad for the father because in the video, which you can see on YouTube, the father actually talks about always walking those train tracks at night to try to figure out what happened to his son. So basically, this case is going to be about the parents' fight to try to, to clear their children's names. But that is about it, ladies and gentlemen. As always, if you liked what you watched, which I hope you did, because I've been ranting and raving like a lunatic for the last last half hour plus. If you like what you watch, feel free to click that subscribe button, click that like and the bell, and I will see you next time. So until next time, my name is Jeff, aka GCurse. Wishing you all a great day. Stay safe, everybody. Peace out.